the sun is just starting to climb up over the treetops. And it's gonna be a beautiful day, that's plain to see.
Welcome to Bill Dance Outdoors, America's most popular and longest running TV fishing show.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.
Hello everybody. You know, so much depends on the questions we ask. Maybe it's because life really is all about choices. And when you think about it, questions are essential to our learning. Everything for that matter, including fishing. So why ask questions? Well, it's how we learn. It's just that simple. If you want to find out about something, a great way of going about it is ask about it. And with that said, well, I'm kind of getting everything together to get out on the lake this morning. Let's answer this question right here, okay? What bass lures are most effective for fishing the outside edges of deep, visible grass lines? Well, many different lures will work, but three of my most productive are a plastic worm rig Texas style with a peg sinker. I like to fish it on top of the submerged cover and just off the edges, using the lightest sinker I can get away with. Now, crankbait fished along the outside edges work real well, and even a willow-bladed spinnerbait slow rolled along the shallower portions of the drop and deeper along the outer portions. With each of these lures, I try to parallel the edge as much as possible. We're going to be fishing with a 50-year-old lure. Well, this bait's not 50 years old, but it's been in the line for 50 years. Many of you probably seen it. If you hadn't, I'll bet your daddy or your granddaddy has got one of them in his tackle box. It's an old jointed minnow, old jointed Rebel minnow. It's been around, like I said, for over 50 years. It's been catching fish. This bait right here at one time held the world record striped bass. It's been catching fish across the country, worldwide. I mean, Europe, Germany, all across the country, Australia. Been catching fish everywhere. It's a fantastic lure. It's got a good wobble to it, casts good, casts like a bullet. And we're going to be fishing it on light tackle, on a little 6'3" smoke rod with 8-pound test line. Good fish. That'll be easy with him. Whoa, I knew he was going to do that. Whoa, brother. Come on back. He wants to get in those pads. Let me just get my fingers right there. Oh, gotcha. Now here's a good one that concerns fishing objects when there's a current present. Why do you consider fishing objects into the current or wind so important? Anytime there's a current caused by wind or by water being generated downstream, it's best, if possible, to position your boat down current and cast into the current or the wind and bring your lure with it. Here, bass will face the flow and can react to your lure so much quicker, and this presentation is less likely to scare them. Bringing your bait up on the fish's blind side can spook them many times, plus drifting with the wind or current will rush your cast and affect your presentation. No doubt about it, boat positioning means more fish. Always remember, your boat is more than just transportation to the fish. Think of how it should be positioned to allow you to approach the fish to the best casting and catching advantages. Proper positioning of your boat will definitely increase your chances of catching more fish. Coming aboard.
Bill Dance Outdoors is sponsored in part by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere. And by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Today's Conditions Log is brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development. Come experience the kind of beauty that can only be made in Tennessee. Go online today for your free Tennessee vacation guide.
There he is. Good one. Ooh-wee. Hit it right here at the boat. What are you gonna do? Huh? Yes, I got you. Got that hook out right there. And that one out. Now here's a mighty good question. Bill, if you know of a fisherman that's caught a lot of fish, what's the most important question you can ask him? What time of day did you catch them? What lure were you using? Were you fishing shallow or deep? And what part of the lake were you fishing? Well, actually, none of these. The most important question you can ask him is, what depth are you catching? Yep, you gotta get on their depth level if you expect to catch them. You can take the greatest lure in the world and fish it at the wrong depth and you'll catch very few fish. But take the worst lure and fish it at the correct depth and you'll catch a lot more fish. One. You don't think he knows he's hooked yet. Yeah, he's better than I thought he was. I didn't think that fish was near that big. Fat one. Whoa, hey, 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 hey. Now look at all that. What's up here to grate me all those lovely, lovely hooks. Yeah, fish is a lot better fishing. There we go. That's a fat little baby. Nice. All right, Buster. I'm gonna say bye. Okay, got a good one. One about trolling motors. Is there a quick release bracket for electric steer or mechanical steer trolling motors? Well, yep, there is. Motor Guide just came out with one that does both. You can change either motors in less than a minute. Watch this piece of video. Now, I'd say that's pretty doggone quick, wouldn't you? Good thing about this bait, you can use it as a topwater bait, throwing it out, just twisting it on top. Use it as a jerk bait, or you can use it as a crankbait.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Quantum Rods and Reels, Outsmart, Outfish, Outlast, Mystic Lubricants, Lubrication Domination, and Tracker Boats, Fish the Finest. Today's equipment log is brought to you in part by Gamakatsu, because the fish of a lifetime only comes once in a lifetime. Today's show is sponsored in part by Stren, the standard of dependability since 1958. Fish Defunk, Kill the Stink. And Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder.
Boy, that's a big heavy fish right there. Coming to me. I don't know where he's going. I don't think he even, oh yeah, look here. A big old snook on there. I caught a monster snook on this. Fish is barely hooked. Right in the corner of the mouth. Whoa. Stay hooked, baby. Oh, look at that big bass. It's a nice fish. Okay, let's go back. I'm scanning out here. I've gone out. I'm looking out at 45 feet right across the bottom right here. I'm in a depth of 4 feet right here. So I'm looking at, I'm making casts of about at least 45 to 50 feet. And I can see a lot of these fish that I'm throwing at. You see them right here? See those fish right here? I'm panning this cove right here at 45 feet. And I'll show you something. I'm picking up fish. See them right here? See, those are 25 feet out in front of the boat. And they're about 5 feet deep. Right there they are. My transducer is on my trolling motor. And wherever I point that trolling motor, that Panoptix, I'll show it to you, is right here. That unit right there. It's got a 30-degree angle on it, so when I drop it into the water, you can see it'll pick up on the unit again. And all right, I'm gonna turn the head of the motor. You see those fish right there? I just started picking them up again. That is the neatest thing. All right, I'll pan to the right just a little bit. You see those fish right here? Look, they're 20 feet from the boat right here. See them? See that one at 20 feet? That's a catchable fish right there. He's 20 feet out, and he's about 2 feet under the surface. Now some of those little smaller blips, they're probably crappie or big bluegill or something. But those big red marks, they're bass. I'm going toward them right now. They're getting closer to the boat. They're 10 feet to the boat. They're 5 feet to the boat. They're fixing to go under the boat right now. Last week, my son and I fished a small lake with deep diving crankbaits and 10-inch worms in 10 to 20 feet of water and never got a strike. My buddy caught several in 3 feet of water. What's up? When fishing summertime bass in a small body of water, such as a farm pond or soil conservation or natural lake, remember that in the heat of summer, most miniature waters lack enough oxygen down below. Bass rely on the shallows, where there's a narrow, small, oxygen-rich band of water. Most anglers fish below the bass in low oxygen areas, mistakenly thinking summertime bass ought to be deep.
Bill's question and answer of the week is brought to you by Bill Dance Digital. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for great information that can improve your fishing.
There's a product called Dyneema that's found in braided line. What is it? Well, Dyneema is a fiber that's considered to be the world's strongest fiber, and the good folks at Strand make their Superline braid with it for strength, toughness, and durability. It's really some fine stuff.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort, and Motor Guide, trolling motors engineered for anglers. Closed captioning is provided by Bill Dance Digital. Follow us. Today's product tip is brought to you by Garmin and their GPS map series, chart plotter sonar combos. With advanced sonar technology like Chirp and exclusive Panoptix all-seeing sonar, you'll spend less time finding your fish.
You know, there's a lot to these tracker boats, like the one I'm using nowadays, which comes equipped with a Mercury 4-stroke motors. And there's good reason for this. One, they're really easy to maintain. Two, fishermen like me love them a lot because they're ideal for getting us into some tight places we like to fish. And three, there's a lot less drag as we cut through the water, which means better fuel economy.
If you're looking for the latest fishing information and tips, be sure to check out the free Bill Dance mobile app, available for both iOS and Android users.
That's another good one. Good fish right here in the back of this pocket. Oh yeah, that is a nice one. Look here. Under the boat. Oh yeah. Oh yes sir. He is a nice one. Look at him bulldog it. It's not the same fish that boiled it right there. There was another fish right over there I saw him through it. That's the same fish I saw just a second ago. He bit me. Okay, here's one about worm hooks. I've watched many of your shows, and you're always touting wide bend hooks. Why? Well, simply because they improve my strike catch ratio with certain size of plastic lures like tube baits, lizards, plastic worms, and creature baits. I use a lot of EWG Gamakatsu hooks. and they're designed with a wide bend to provide extra hooking space, plus they're extremely sharp to give quick hooking and sure penetration. Okay, here's a buzzword, but it's a mighty big word when it comes to monofilament fishing lines. When it comes to fishing line, what does the word break strength mean? Well, break strength is just what it indicates. 15-pound test, for instance, is supposed to break at 15 pounds of constant tension or thereabouts. Premium line tests close to the listed strength will be most consistent throughout the line. You know, cheaper grade monofilament may claim higher test ratings, but their actual breaking strength may vary throughout the length of the line. Some sections may be stronger or weaker than the break strength listed on the label. Something you got to watch out for. That's why just no substitute for quality. Taking me back up that way again. You hooked pretty good. Oh. Good old bait. Look at that big old fat fish. Nice. Okay, baby. I'll let you go. Like I said, when we started out with our little get-together today, so much depends on the questions we ask. It's how we learn. It's just that simple. I sure hope that some of the ones we've cast your way in the last little while will help you catch just a few more fish. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.
Thanks for watching Bill Dance Outdoors. Join us here again next week.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.